This video is brought to you by The Boring Life of Dean and Haley, now showing on YouTube. It is 6:30. It is 6:30.
It is.
It's the time is 6:30, which means it's time to go live. Whoa, falling, and I can't get up.
You go forward.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. There you go. What a week. What a week.
That was crazy week.
There was a crazy week. And it's only Monday, and it's a crazy Monday already. Ah, compressor. Good call. Thanks, Joshua.
Yes. Thanks, man. That's cool. Yeah. What's up, Kenny?
And today there.
Ricardo from Puerto Rico, Rudy.
Compressor today would have sucked.
Oh yeah.
Because it's like right behind the
right
TV,
behind
so that would have been like, whoa.
What's up? Yeah.
Oh man.
Bill.
What's going on, everyone? So how was your weekend?
Hugo from Portugal.
Hey, what's up? Hey, it's Bill. What's up?
Yeah. What's up, John?
Hey, we're doing a bill system tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're doing a full bill system tomorrow.
Full
so
bills. Yep.
We got Focal highs, Rockford amps, DSR.
Whoa. Morel.
Did I say Focal?
Yes.
I meant Morel. My bad. We're doing Morel highs, some Virtus and some Maximos. We're doing the Power Series micro amplifiers. We're doing some. No, I'm not going to drop the F-bomb. Thank you. Thanks for the stickers. You're welcome. We're doing Power Series, a T400, a T750. We're doing P3 shubs behind the seat. We're doing DSR1 AR.
Yep.
So it's a full bill system. Full bill system.
Yeah. What's up from Illinois?
We took them out of the perfect fits and walked them into some Virtus and then some rear Maximas. You know, we were just talking before we started the show. Hey, honey, it's Haley. What's up?
Hi, Haley.
Real quick before we get to what we were just talking about. So I went and saw Haley and I went and saw The Predator.
Yeah, how was it?
If you'd like to find out, you're gonna have to watch this week's episode of The Boring Life of Dean and Haley. So we started. We're gonna try seeing the occasional movie review and see what that gets us. So that ought to be interesting. Nice. What's that?
You seem tired.
I'm very tired.
I am tired.
Yeah, it was a Slingshot was nice install. Thank you very much. It was funny. One of the comments in that was it wasn't that.
That was
you
not
guys
hard.
didn't do a lot of work. It wasn't that hard, but it turned out nice. And I was like, dude, we worked on that for 2.5 days.
Yeah, that's a lot of screws,
That was 2.5 days. And then what we didn't show was, hey, what's up from Oklahoma? I liked Oklahoma. Oklahoma was fun. I enjoyed that. Eskimo Joe's all the way. What we didn't show in that was, remember the backup camera?
from Manchester, UK. Nice.
Remember the backup camera in that? We had to replace the backup camera, so we got done with everything. The backup camera went bad, and we had to pull the whole thing apart for the third time.
And that was already late. So
we did
had to
that
work
in the
at
dark.
night.
Oh, that was funny.
Oh
Gosh,
man, that's crazy.
That was great. But someone asked if it would be faster next time. Oh yeah, because we were like a pit crew that next time. Yeah. We took that whole thing apart in like.
Well, but that was the first one that we did, and we were like, okay, screw here. Nope.
Well,
nope.
because we were plot, but we took it apart the second time without the camera on in like a half hour.
Yeah.
The Predator was action packed. I will say this about the Predator: it's a action comedy.
What's that, man?
So. Now, what we were talking about before we started recording was a problem. I really miss Oklahoma. That's Rudy talking to Chris. The thing okay, so for this car, we're doing Virtus, we're doing Maximo. Maximos don't require near the power that Virtus has, but everyone makes a 4-channel amplifier, and in this case, we needed something to power the rear speakers, so we're just obviously doing the 4-channel. But wouldn't it be neat if these manufacturers, and Kenwood has done this before, and for some reason it didn't take off, probably because dealers didn't know how to market it, but I feel what would be really cool is if we had like a 6-channel amplifier that was like 100x2 for a set of tweeters, 200x2 for a set of mid-range, and then like these nuts. And then like 50x2 for a set of rears.
Yep.
Or that 50x2 you could bridge to a center channel, but something along those lines. Even a 4-channel like Kenwood used to have, which was like 100x2, 70x2, where it was a staggered power so that we could get more power to the front channels and or the mid bass. That would be really cool.
Yeah.
A 6-channel would deliver like if you had 6x100, like the LC 6.1200. But that's just such a big
huge
footprint
amplifier
to do that on. I don't really you know,
and we work
do that
with space also. So.
Yeah, but I was thinking if they took something the size of, like, if Rockford took something the size of the 1005. JL did that with the 454. Okay, cool. Yeah. So, but that was that big sucker. So, everyone's getting their stickers. That's awesome. We're gonna have another round of those here shortly. So if you didn't get them, you could still put in your email address at 5starsticker@yahoo.com.
Mm-hmm.
We still have a handful of the first run left, so we'll get those out to you. Otherwise, once we get more in here shortly. As soon as Butch gets back to feeling good, we'll get more of those back out, and we'll run another batch.
Correct.
Running batches here of stickers. Old Lightning, yes, the old Lightning amplifiers used to do that too. I like the old Lightning amplifiers, which I think we've talked about before.
Yeah.
They had a cool concept. They did that same thing. They had a staggered power, but the other cool thing about those amplifiers is that you could buy, like, if you wanted to add fans, it was one of the first amplifiers that you could add things to. So like they had 2 fan modules, so like for the 4-channel you could put 2 fans on top of them, and then they had a stiffening capacitor you could plug into the side of the amplifier. So it was like a guy get the amp today, and then he could come back and you could put the fans on, then he could come back and put the capacitor in. And that was an awesome idea, and that was Rockford, because Rockford owns Lightning Audio, but for some reason they decided to go conventional with it and took that all out of there, and it was like, oh, bummer, that stinks. Hey, in your last Silverado video with the remote turn on, alright. Did you use remote turn on from the amp 4? I set my system that way, and when turning off the subs, thumps 3 or 4 times, looks like the AP4 cycles like 3 or 4 times before it turns off. Okay, so what you want to do for that is go into the passenger side panel here.
Yep.
Do you remember what color that wire was?
That's a purple one.
Was it purple?
It's a purple with gray, I believe.
Purple with gray.
I believe,
is an accessory wire, so it turns on and off with ignition. We used that, and we didn't find that out until after we were done shooting, so I apologize. But and there again, not every situation was going to have that.
Yeah.
Because we were using the DSR-1, and what we did is we went after the DSR-1, and we just used it to turn on and off the amplifiers. We let the DSR-1 do its own thing. Now, we just did one of those the other day, and we didn't have that problem. Like, we did a system like that with the DSR-1, same thing, didn't have that issue. So I don't know why it's an intermittent thing, but yeah, if you grab the accessory and then just use that to turn on and off the amplifiers, you won't have that problem. What you will miss out though is the door chime, and I feel that's where the issue is it's in the door chime action that's happening. Is that it's trying to wake up and go to sleep and wake up and go to sleep. But yeah, grab that accessory there, just it's over here in the passenger, pop that off, and then golden. Did we use a relay for that?
No, because we grabbed the accessory from that, and we just grabbed the amp pro for the
the amp pro turned on the DSR-1.
Yes, that's it.
And then we used that accessory to turn on and off the 2 amplifiers. We didn't use a relay, right? Yeah. Okay. So there you go. All right. Problem solved there. Alternator doesn't affect it. Okay. LC7I and LP804. I have static that changes volume with the radio volume. Good ground. RCAs are always from power wire. Where should I look?
Alternator
doesn't affect it, so you just have static that changes volume, right? Okay.
What's up, Johnny?
LP 4.8. Where are you getting the power for the LC7I? Normally when we do those, we get the power for the LC7I at the amplifier. So we come off of the amplifier for our power for those, and we don't have those issues. When you say good ground, it really depends on what kind of vehicle you have too. So I would make sure when you say good ground, make sure that the voltage at the amplifier and the voltage at the battery is within 0.03 of each other. And then of course hammer the system and see what the volume goes, see what the voltage goes down to. Because when you're not hammering the system, the voltage can play fine, play nice, but as you crank it up and really hammer it, if your voltage just drops out, then you know the car may have a bad ground. We're seeing that a lot now in these newer cars, because the grounds suck. And the ground from front to back of the car is becoming, what's up, Johnny? Is becoming very, what's up from Australia?
What's up?
That's why double runs, like Stinger just came out with the double run of 4 gauge, which is really nice. It's marine, which just means it's ugly in color. And that was funny. That was one of the things I was telling you about. We talked about when I was at Kicker, because for their the little vehicles they have a double power and ground. And I was like, "Do you guys sell this stuff?" And they're like, "No, why?" And I was like, "Because this would be really cool." Yes, I have got my Zen 9. Hang on.
Oh, you want to bring it up?
I'll bring it up.
All right.
Keep going. Answer your question.
Yeah. Well, hello from Australia. What's going on? Let's see. What do you guys use?
Oh shit! This is heavy. I love cussing.
You sure?
Yeah,
Can you help?
Oh, I got it.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Hello from Detroit. Okay, Keith. Right now we don't have the crimper for the Ferrules 4 gauge.
Yes, we do.
Well, where is it?
The problem is that it crimps square.
Yes.
It doesn't crimp round.
And we're looking to find another crimper. So.
Hold that thought for a second. Okay.
All right. Let's see.
Oh Jesus, this is really heavy. All right.
Okay.
I'm coming. All right, so this is the Zen 9. Don't ask me anything about it because I really don't know anything about it yet, other than what we've talked about before, and it's probably going to break this chair. Real quick, when we're talking about the Ferrules, the problem with the Ferrules is the Ferrules were actually more for the AC style things, and the crimper for the bigger wires crimps it more of a square shape, not perfectly square, more of like a rectangle. And which is fine if you're going to like a fuse panel or something like that, which is what it's initially designed for. The nice round or octagon shape that, or 6 sides hexagon shape. Finding something like that for a bigger 4 gauge is elusive, to say the least. We do have, we bought the other crimper and we have used that. It's pretty much sucks for everything that we've used it on, because the other thing too is that it crimps it really tight, and what we've found is that on amplifiers where the power wire is, the wall where you're screwing in, like the Allen head screw, is so thin, like it's only getting like maybe 2 or 3 threads. When you make that wire so tight, it actually strips the threads out. So even though it's a great idea to make that lug as solid as possible, when you do that, it can strip the amplifier. So by putting it in and letting the amp compress it down seems to be the best results for that without damaging the amplifier. Because I mean, why, it's cool to have, but if you make it too solid, like we had initially tried soldering the ferrules and turning it into a lug there, and that ended badly. Needless to say, that amplifier went back for repair because it stripped out the terminals immediately. So as cool as it is, it's much better on the highs, because the highs have more wall for the threads to bite into, but when the power, it just doesn't. So don't lose any sleep over not crimping them. We haven't had a problem with them yet, and we use way more than you guys will. So don't stress out about it.
What's up from Jamaica?
So this is the Zen 9.
The Zen 9.
There again.
This is the 44?
Believe it or not, this is the first I've seen it since it's gotten back from Knowledge Fest. It's been sitting in a box on the wall because this is supposed to come with a license plate telling me what number it is, the 44, and also a crate to put it in, which they haven't shipped yet. Apparently they were coming in 2 different things. Terminals crimp down the ferrules. Yes, they do, and they do a good job. So this is it.
Yep, that's it.
It's heavy. It's real heavy.
So Johnny said, you better stop losing weight because
I won't be able to lift it. Yeah. Now this is cool because this is the cover and it's held on with magnets.
It's pretty cool.
Hold that for a second. All right, so.
Oh man, that's so heavy.
Oh shush. So we do have 9 channels. 100 watts.
Limited
75
edition.
by 4, 100 by 2, and then we have channels 1 through 6. Are 75 by 2 at 4 ohm, 100 by 2 at 2 ohms. Channel 7 and 8 is 150 by 2 or 225 by 2 at 2 ohm. And then channel 9 is 800 by 1 at 2 ohm and 1000 by 1 at 1 ohm. And yes, I can't see, that's why I'm lifting up my glasses. We have 8 channels of input. It's actually 10 inputs, where 9 is parallel together. We have dual 4-gauge inputs for power and ground, along with the remote. It looks like you can fit up to an 8-gauge into the speaker holes, all of them. You have a remote bass knob.
What do they have? Illumination on and off?
Yeah, so you can turn on and off the lights.
Okay.
And then these are definitely 4-gauge inputs for this.
I believe the price is $3,000.
Price is $3,000.
Yeah.
There's just these 3 power supplies, and then there's a huge capacitor bank underneath here.
That's beautiful.
And everything else, this whole top piece.
Exactly. 3K.
Yeah, exactly. This whole top piece here is a tunnel. So there's a fan. I know. There's a fan on either end. This is the top of the amplifier. Where these shiny silver things are is the top of the amplifier. So all your MOSFETs are attached to this, and then this whole piece here is a tunnel to cool them.
We should open it.
So you could you can mount it like this or like this. It's made to be mounted in either way, so that's nice. So if you did want to display it, you could.
Yeah.
And then this, of course, has the number on it. They're only making 100 of these.
120. So it's 100. Yeah, 100 for the
retailers
and 20 for the installers. Or
the reason why we got this had to do with Knowledge Fest. And so break the seal, Fernando. No. All right. Let me go put this back.
It's going in the Camaro? I don't think so. I think so. It's going. I think they're going in the wall, right?
I think it's gonna go in my closet.
Yeah, that's it. All right. Look, Mike. He just put power 1, 275.
Mike Eckley. Yeah, that's the power. Thanks, Mike. Mike works at PAC.
Yep,
so
exactly.
And Amp Stinger. They just launched.
And Christian, you put the price. There you go.
Yeah. Is it going to the Camaro? Right now, Johnny, we're working on some other things for the Camaro. If those go through, no. If those don't go through, probably yes. Yeah. But we're going to see how that pans out. Because what I want to do in the Camaro, this was kind of like sprung on us kind of thing. And it was one of those things that it was like, it just kind of lined up right. And it was like, I got to have this. Because why the heck not? I mean,
why the heck not? Okay, yeah.
And, yeah, so... Hey, from Virginia.
All right, so let's see. Do they make a kit for 2018 Ford Explorer for an aftermarket radio?
Ooh.
Mine has a real small screen and ready to change it.
So the only company that would, hell yeah, I want to hear that. Me too. The only company that would have anything like that is going to be MetroOnline.com. So that's where you'd want to check to see if they have it. Having the smaller screen is probably going to make it doable.
Yeah.
You need a demo vehicle now. Well, we have 2, but we're working on working through that.
All right.
The other thing I was getting ready to say, Stinger came out with their radio this week.
Yes.
So Stinger now has, it looks like a Halo 9 style radio. So
you can go to the website, check it out.
I got to make some calls.
Yeah.
Because I would love to take the 4400 out
and
put that in.
Really?
Yeah. That's what I want to do. I want to take the 4400 out immediately and put that in, so we can do the unboxing review.
I know you can call.
I know who I can call too, but that kind of went poopy. I don't even want one. I just want a review model. I don't even want to own the thing. I just want to review it for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
You got one, or should I read it?
Yes, I have this one.
Okay, go ahead.
Hello, guys from California. What give you the best bass response? A 5-channel amp or 75x4 and 500 watts at subs to separate the 4-channel and a mono amp?
So, great question. So, do we do a 5-channel or do we do 2 amplifiers? And like we were just talking about earlier, the car we're going to be doing tomorrow is going to be using 2 amplifiers. We're using the 404 and the 750x1. And the reason why we're doing that is because we're doing 2 P312s. The 750x1 is actually about 950 watts, which is what those are going to need. The 404 is plenty for the mids and highs.
What's up from Tennessee?
If we weren't doing 2 12s, we were just doing 1 12, we probably would have walked into an Alpine PDX V9. The PDX V9 has 110x4, 500x1, which is plenty of power to power most systems out there, 210s, 112, bigger side. But yeah, So if you're getting a higher quality 5-channel that has 500 by 4 and 100 by 1, which we do all the time, Kenwood makes one also. It's a little bit more reasonable. It's a little less power. It's like 90 by 4 and 500 by 1. It's the 901.5. It's a great amplifier. It's a great solution. We do a ton of 5-channel amplifiers, so don't be afraid of the 5-channel amps. Thank you, Mike, for putting up the link, the Stinger Electronics catalog right there. I'll show you that radio.
Yep.
The other thing is, if you guy asked about the 8601 with the Pioneer bass knob.
Yeah.
Should you use it? Yes, you should always use Pioneer's bass knobs because it's not a volume control, it's the bass boost controller.
Right.
So the amplifier typically will sound very flat and non-responsive if you don't use it. So it does do a little bit of volume control, but mainly does volume control and bass boost. So it's like both in one. If you're not into any bass level gain, so to speak, meaning you don't want any boominess to the music, you just want 100% flat, then don't plug it in and it'll sound very flat and no characteristic to it. But if you want some characteristic and some fun to the music, I strongly recommend plugging it in. Now, if you just want to plug it in and turn it up and use your radio to control the volume, that's fine. A lot of people do that, but we always install it to give you that option.
Victor, yes, the PDX V9 will work for 210s. That's fine.
It'll bang the hell out of 210s.
Awesome.
Pretty much every 210's out there.
All right, James. Which car Amp Pro for 2014 Ford Taurus with Sony system? I want to keep the factory head unit.
So there's two Fords.
Yeah.
There again, pack-audio.com.
Type your model number, year.
If it's available, that's where it's going to be for your car. It's pack-audio.com. So, yeah. I was in car audio shop in San Bernardino, California. Saw they had the Audio Dynamics. I was pretty impressed by the sub. What do you guys think of that brand? Honestly, I've never done anything with Audio Dynamics. Have you even heard of it? I haven't heard of it either. Fortunately, it's not in our wheelhouse to have everything to play with, unfortunately. But if they want to send us some, we will gladly play with them.
Yeah, correct.
I'm not brand specific. I'm open to anything.
Have you ever swapped the Ford My Touch 8-inch system with different radio?
Yeah, we took the Ford. No, that was a Chevy.
That was the Chevy.
That was Chevy. But I know you can do that in the Ford. Essentially the same thing we did in the Chevy, where we took the Chevy radio out, put the new MyLink Chevy in. I know there's plenty of companies out there that do the same thing with the Ford. It's really expensive, but using ForScan, and some of those guys have little OBD2 uploaders that are pretty cool.
You're welcome, Mark. Mark, Toyota Avenza, remember we did the system?
Yeah.
Sounds amazing with the Kenwood.
Awesome. I forgot to mention them from the 8601 exactly what I needed to know. You guys are great. Oh, no problem. Shoot, there was shucks. Hey from Canada. Hey from Canada. Love that. Canada. The dongle. What about the dongle? Is there a way to integrate factory backup camera into an Alpine Halo? Yes. It just depends on what kind of car you have, but every car that we've run into, there is either an interface for it, T-harness for it, or you just do it the old-fashioned way where you have to figure it out. But places you could start, MetroOnline.com has a lot of T-harnesses to retain the backup camera.
Hey Tim, what's going on, buddy?
Hey Tim, what's going on?
Oh, he finished the car. This looks awesome. I have to show you the pictures.
Cool. Pack-audio.com has a few, and of course Scosh also has a few. Scosh has a few more. They're pretty up on that. If they don't have if none of those three people have it, then you have to do old school style, which we have videos on where we show you how to retain the factory backup camera. It's Bobby.
It's Bobby.
His nuts.
His nuts in the house.
His nuts are in the house. Hey, from Boston.
All right.
Okay, yeah.
What brand Showman tents do you recommend for under the seat on the F-150? I just need to have something in mind before I call Brightstar.
Comp RT is where we like to go with all those. There you go. Yeah. Mike Eckley there again in the house tonight. Remind me, I gotta call him.
Okay.
We gotta set an appointment. Get him on the show.
You have to call Mike.
Okay. I keep trying to read this, but it keeps going away. Hold on. I'm sorry to bring my head up here. Yeah. I've asked before, but look past Dean. Fernando, what is your favorite brand with old school amps? Okay, what is your favorite old school brand? This just saying cam harnesses. All right, so they've updated their cam harnesses thing.
My favorite.
What is your favorite old school sub?
Sub?
Yeah, and then we'll take Oscar's question there. No, just old school brand. What? I mean, you obviously don't have the history that I have.
No. Well, so my first amplifier, that was an audio band.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that really wasn't. Did you love it?
I mean, dude, I was like, oh my god, they have the meters and everything,
which is cool,
and the flames, and that was so cool for me.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Oh, see now, don't you wish you still had that?
Yes.
Because it was ugly and cheap, but man, and I threw a lot of those away. I wish I still had one because it was just neat looking.
Yeah.
So Oscar asked questions. I've been noticing the Pioneer stereos are getting cheaper and cheaper. Why is that? Because there's this thing that's called the race to zero, or the race to put an industry out of business, or the race to kill something. A lot of people out there just okay, so all right, we're gonna vent here for a second. The thing that irritates me about Pioneer, this is gonna be the vent. Okay.
Yeah.
Dean's is Orion. Yes, it is.
It's Orion. Yeah.
Which you can't see, but off camera here is a 280 GX, which is awesome for all you classic Orion guys.
Yeah.
Anyways, my vent on Pioneer and what I feel that they're doing. Now, there's no reason for Pioneer to act the way they do by keep coming out with cheaper and cheaper stuff. They don't need to, but they do. Now, which is fine. It's okay to come out with cheap products if you preface it in the proper category. Mm-hmm. So, for example, if you go to Pioneer on pioneerelectronics.com right now and you type in the cheapest, you type in two of the radios. So you get 201EX, which is their cheap entry level, or the 251. Anyways, type in their cheap, and then you compare it to a 4400. Mm-hmm. You'll see that the screen size is obviously different, yay. And then you're gonna see like this one has dual USB, this one has CarPlay, Android Auto, and this one has HDMI. But then you're gonna get down to the things that matter, like 13-band EQ, crossovers, power, and all that. Yeah. It's all gonna be the same. And it's like, that's all that matters to them. And it's like, okay, so why would I spend $500 on a player when I can get one for $200 that has all the same stuff, minus the things I'm not going to use? Because I mean, they both have Bluetooth, right? Bluetooth all sounds the same, and that's crap.
Yeah.
None of it does. So we get lots of guys that come on and say, "Oh man, I got this killer deal on a 201EX. I found it for $180. It's an awesome radio." It's like, it's not a bad radio, but it's not a great radio. Meaning, the processor that's in the 4400 that Pioneer never talks about.
Yeah.
It's so much bigger, it's so much faster, it's so much better. The preamp section, the way it's designed, the components that they use, the musical grade components, all they say is it uses musical grade components. What does that mean? Okay, so there's all this stuff that they refuse to talk about that would set that product apart. Like, Kenwood makes an effort to say we have Exelon, we have non-Exelon, and we have XR, and this is why this stuff is better. Granted, sometimes it's silliness, like a better touchscreen, but then they do mention they have audio-grade components. So that is differentiating the product, saying, look, if you buy an XR Kenwood, yeah, sure, they're all Kenwood, but this stuff is better, and here's why.
Get him!
Pioneer doesn't do that. Pioneer just puts on a box. Now, they're trying to be kind of coy by putting out limited distribution BS, and at first we were like, oh, cool, it's going to be like a throwback to Premiere, because they used to have Premiere. And for those of you guys that are old school and you remember Pioneer Premiere, you knew when you bought a Pioneer Premiere it was a better product for everything across the board. But then when the economy went pooey and the Japanese said, oh, they said we need to pull Premiere, because the reason they give now is because people were recognizing Premiere with Pioneer, which I call poo-poo, because let's be honest, you knew when you bought a Premiere you were buying a Pioneer, because right next to Premiere it said Pioneer, and the only place you could get it was a Pioneer dealer, and you went to the website, it was a Pioneer website. So that's a line of crap. So now they have all this limited distribution stuff, and at first we were like, oh cool, like the 8800 single DIN, we were like, dang, we're gonna put the awesome, you know, wow, you can only get this quality product at a specialist dealer, and it was a great. And then all of a sudden, limited distribution because a deal fell through with another manufacturer, like, I don't know, Walmart, and we had all this cheap, crappy radios that we needed to sell. We're gonna call those limited distribution either, and we're gonna shoehorn and push those out as much as we can to us, so that we have to sell that because they didn't work out a deal over there. Wah. And now limited distribution turned into basically entry-level stuff all the way through to, and so like no, it's not Premier. So it's like, hey, I like Pioneer just as much as the next guy. I realize it's a necessary evil, but stop trying to kill the industry by coming out with cheap garbage and comparing it to their higher end stuff and being like, oh no, well they all have 13 band EQs and they all have crossovers and they all have this. It's like, no, there's a definite difference between a 4400 and a 201EX. There's a sound difference, there's a quality difference, there's a performance difference, there's a features difference. Talk about that stuff. Change the narrative about your product and build value back into it instead of just trying to push $199 in-dash CD players to everyone out there that's going, hey, it's a $199 in-dash DVD player. Whoopity-doo, cool, I got all the cool Pioneer features. You don't. But they do a crappy job and they're afraid to tell people, hey, this is better and this is why you should spend a couple $100 more to get a better radio. Do that and that will bring value back into your company and you won't have to borrow $500 million from someone else because you can't pay your bills and you don't know how to sell stuff. I mean, if you look at Pioneer as a company over the last few years, they've managed to kill just about everything that they've done, from plasma TVs to the DJ equipment to home audio. They don't own any of that crap anymore, but they do make bicycle crankshafts. That's exciting. That has nothing to do with the core business. They don't even make their DJ stuff anymore. If you guys didn't know that, they had one of the best DJ equipments on the planet. It's still on their website, but somebody else owns it. They don't make home audio anymore. Their home audio is owned by Onkyo. Give me a break, guys. Figure this stuff out. Okay, rant over. Sorry about that. Yeah, I have opinions on these things. But yeah, that's it. So, okay, next question.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
Let's change it. Let's change it. I feel like I should apologize. Don't, because that's something that needs to be said and that they need to hear it because it's kind of annoying. Okay.
All right, let's see. Jesus. Is there a way to integrate a factory backup camera on the Alpine Halo 9 ILX 309?
Yeah, we covered that. That was actually the question right before I went on my rant.
Okay. I just received my new Ram 1500 with the Harman Kardon system.
Okay.
19 speaker system.
Yeah.
I love the sound, but seems to be limited in volume. Do you have any resolution or ideas?
So when it comes to the Chrysler, you can do an Amp Pro or an AR. Tell us how you really feel. Well, you know how I feel, Bill. And you feel the same way. So the nice thing about an Amp Pro in that situation, so for example, if you want to add a little bit more bottom end or you just want to change out the front speakers to something better, an amplifier is what you're going to need to do. The problem with that system is everything is actively crossed over or time delayed or put where it needs to go. That's where an Amp Pro comes in, because what an Amp Pro does is allows you to keep everything the way it is, but then also get 6-channel preamp output. So what that'll allow you to do is, let's say you just want to take the mid bass out because you want in the front doors, because you want to replace it, let's say, with a new front stage. So you want to do like a set of, I don't know, some high-end Morels up front, or some Alpine X-Type, or some Focals, or whatever you want to do. So you just want to add an amplifier to that. You want to put some K2s in the front because you really want to, with an Amp Pro, you can do that. You can take the front output, go to an amplifier, and you can just get full range to those fronts. Or if you just want to add some bottom end because the factory sub sucks, and the 6x9s in the front door don't really do it for you as far as that goes. So the nice thing about an Amp Pro is it allows you to do as much as you want, full system redo, to as little as you want. The problem with those 19 speaker stereos that we found is that they have sound coming from everywhere, which means you have no imaging, you have no sound stage. It's like Bose in the house. There's just sound everywhere, and it's great for when you're watching movies and you really don't care. You just want this awesome. But when you're driving down the car and you're trying to enjoy your stereo, sometimes having 19 speakers isn't.
Yeah, all right.
Onkyo has always been a decent brand. Oh, don't get me wrong. I have 2 Onkyo M504 amplifiers in my house. I love Onkyo. I think it's great, but they're using Pioneer as their entry-level stuff. So.
Corey.
Yeah, sweet iced tea. Ah, yes. And he would know because he's unfortunately had the displeasure of giving me iced tea when we were at his house celebrating, and it's like, oh, Dean's on the iced tea again. Great.
That's awesome. All right, 2013 Escalade with the Pioneer 8200 NEX and the Maestro interface only gave video to the front overhead.
Yeah.
And nothing to the rear overhead monitor.
What kind of car was it?
It's a 2013 Escalade.
So there is a tech brief on that to get the rear to play on the rear. There's a tech brief for that. So I don't know if you can find it on pack-audio.com. If you can't, you might want to just call their tech support. Which hardest to do?
Using the Maestro.
The Maestro? Call Maestro. There is a tech brief for that. There is one extra thing you have to do to get that to work. So that is a common problem. But yeah. give Maestro a call, and if that doesn't work, give Pack a call, and they might still be able to help you. I'm feeling great tonight.
Yeah.
You touched a hot button topic for me. See ya, Bobby. Thanks for tuning in.
Have you ever used the Pioneer Champion Series 10 subwoofers?
We've sold them and put them in, but I don't know of any specific situation where I could say, yeah. I mean, other than Lolo's.
And Lolo's.
Yeah, he likes those. He's a Pioneer guy. How do you know when to use a bypass versus running the parking brake ground? Real simple. Pioneer is always going to be you're going to need a bypass because Pioneer has a ton of attorneys that are afraid of just about everything. Kenwood, you don't have to. Alpine is the same. They have a ton of attorneys that want to make sure that you never do anything. Sony, yeah. When in doubt, just use the bypass. It's usually the safest thing. Really, I think Kenwood JVC is the main company there that allows you just to ground it. Pioneer is funny.
Bye, Bobby.
Most of the time, it has to do with. All right, so AP4. What is that? What is Mike telling us? Surge controllers, position, or. I'm
sure it's for the Escalade.
Might be. AP, well, that's AP4. That might be for the 4.
Controllers.
I don't remember. Okay.
Check the website.
Anyways, so that's really what it comes down to on that. This is for retaining. Okay, that's for the Escalade. So if you have the Escalade, go to the Mike Eckley comment right there where it says PAC-DOS search controller. That's the information you need to know right there. We're getting Mike on the show. I don't care. We got. What do we have? We have October. The first weekend in October, we have either Kip or Dave. And another guy from. So we have 2 guys coming along with Lori from Kicker. Lori's coming with them.
Yeah.
She probably won't be on the show because she doesn't want to be. Okay. We might make her just pop in and say hi because Lori's great.
Okay.
So that'll be October 1st. So we have 2 weeks left in this month.
How you doing, buddy?
So we should see about getting Mike in the next 2 weeks.
Cool.
If that's scheduled,
available.
if it's available for you.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'll get him in one of the weeks in October. So, give me a call tomorrow, Mike. You have my number, and we'll set that up. I want to get you on the show, and honestly, I just keep forgetting because I've been so busy. What's up, Dean and Fernando? Whoa, what's up, Demo Dan?
Yeah.
What did we need? What was Dan? What did we need from
RCAs.
Dan the other day? Was it the RCAs? Is that what we were talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Any thoughts on the integration into the Subaru Starlink?
No, none yet.
Not yet.
We got to write that one down and check into that. Best way to set amp gains using just a multimeter. I'm going to refer you to JL Audio on that one. They have a great write-up on that. I think Kicker does too. All these guys have support pages, which was one of the things that we were talking about when we were at Kicker, was they have a huge support page for doing stuff like that no one there knew about, myself included. They have like test tones, they have white papers, they have things like that, how to set that stuff up using an in-depth way to do that.
Yeah.
So definitely check those out. I know it's one of those things, and believe it or not, you know who did a really good video on that was the guys that used to work. What's the internet company? Not the other one.
Which one?
Not Beat Sonic, but yeah, those guys. They had a really good write-up. They had a really good video on how to do that.
Google. No.
What?
No, not Connects to.
No. Anyways, that was really good. All right, what has Tim got going on here? Read me Tim's.
Tim, yeah.
Because I think that's twice he's posted that. Question for an LC7i. So I wired up from the factory amplifier Velocio Turbo Dimension Audio. The front tweeters is channel 1, the rear tweeters is channel 2. Both are sub. Channel 3 has a sub, but that doesn't matter. When I go to the head unit, the balance is messed up. When I go to the left, right, it goes from tweeter to mid.
And I try to balance it.
Okay, so that's a good one. Hey, what's up, Ada? Sonic Electronics. Yes, thank you, Keith. Sonic Electronics, when those guys were still during the videos, they did a really good job on that one. They showed you the math and how to set that up. I know it's one of those videos we need to shoot. I'm not a big fan of that particular method, but I know it kind of works. So that's woofers, etc. No, it wasn't those guys. But yeah, with Sonic Electronics. So balance. Okay, so it should go left and right with no problem. Did you take the top off the LC7i and set the summing jumpers? That would be the first thing. The other thing too is, okay, so when you're integrating into a factory amplifier, if you've seen the videos we do when we're integrating into the factory amplifiers, one of the things that we spend a lot of time on is figuring out what corners of the car are which. So if you're going after the amplifier, you have to make sure that this in fact is, I keep pointing out of frame, you have to make sure that this is in fact the mid-range for the front speaker, and let's say not the rear speaker. So sometimes like you'll accidentally grab the wrong one. So I would, honestly, okay, there you go. Watch that YouTube video Mike Eckley just put up. That's because...
Yeah, that's because active.
It's active in the head
unit.
Could be that too. But I would start over and just go back and tone generate everything to make sure everything is where it's supposed to go. In that particular car, summing isn't always the easiest thing to do, for sure. Sometimes it's easier just to go active, meaning if it's got 12 channels, run 12 channels. It's not the best way to do it, but especially with the dimension system that's doing all kinds of equalization and crossovers, sometimes summing you run into a lot of problems, especially when you're trying to tune it out and make it sound good. You have a lot of dips and holes, nulls, yeah. So like in a dimension system, if we were to do one, we would probably go full active on that. It's a little bit more money, but it'll definitely sound better. Dean's 100% correct. The Pioneer, if you go to the web, yeah, okay. Well, what are the odds of me being right? I mean, I don't, yeah. Anyways.
Alright, so how do you know when to use a bypass?
Hold on, he commented back. Hang on, we covered that one. Obviously, I'm not going to have the ability to fade front to rear, but I was thrown away by the balance. Yeah, so the balance is definitely not doing what it's supposed to. You should be able to balance left and right, no problem. But I would just go back and make sure that you grab the right front. Make sure that, I mean, you probably did, because if you're using them as outputs, my guess is you did. But it might have treated the mid-range as like a subwoofer. I don't know, there's weird things. Yeah, it's tough. Obviously, talking like this isn't the easiest way to solve that problem. I have to go, guys. Thanks for tuning in, Victor.
See you, man.
Fernando, you always have to show Dean the pics. Yeah, he's going to show me after the show. Yeah, we haven't had a lot. Okay, so I got back Friday, so we worked together Friday and Saturday. That Friday and Saturday was insanely, it was a race. Yeah. Because we had a car that dropped off Thursday for us to work on Friday, and then into Saturday, and then we had a full day Saturday. Yeah. And she's still talking about the velocitor. Ada. So... yeah, and then today was bad. Yeah. Today was one of those days we just didn't want to be an installer. I'm not going to lie to you. We had a Toyota that just went south fast. Yeah. 2013 Velociraptor. We had...
that was not good.
That car was loud. Yes, it was, Christian. Today was one of those things where it's like... it was one of those learning experiences where we were trying to do something that we knew was probably not going to work, and it didn't work. Don't always trust the wiring diagrams. They're not always right. I'm going to tell you right now, never trust the wiring diagrams. No. That's why we do all our manual testing on everything.
And exactly like today.
Yeah, today. So, okay, check this out. We did a 4Runner today, and the whole right side of the car from the factory was out of polarity with the left side of the car. Now, what we figured is it was probably because of the all-pass filter that was in there. That's just a guess. That it was at the same frequency as our polarity test, so as we were popping them, they were popping out of polarity, because what we found too is as you turned up the volume, this is where we should have known right away that it was a dead giveaway. On the driver's front door, when we turned up the volume, the polarity changed. So, needless to say, this thing went south fast. We ended up going back to factory. It was just, So, thanks, Ada. Yeah. Yep. So, Tim, yeah, go ahead and give Ada a call. Ada is from Absolute Electronics of Maryland. Yeah. So, if you guys are up in the DC area and you need to get some car audio stuff done, definitely check out Absolute Electronics. If you're over on the other coast, give Stereo Kings a call. That's Fro. He's the best. All Pass. All Pass is the best. All Pass. No, that's an All Pass. And it definitely was an All Pass. So, what we ran into is that we ended up putting it all back into polarity. But dude, yeah, this was so messed up. So at the exact frequency that our polarity tester was testing at, no, that's an all pass. Yeah. So at the exact polarity, at the exact frequency our polarity tester was testing at, it was putting the whole, ugh, man, it sucked. So we ended up going back to factory and sending it on its way and reevaluating the situation to hopefully just say tear it all out and start over with some real stuff, do an Amp Pro or an AR, and get it in there. Fernando still owes me $20 for calling him.
I know.
So I live in Canada. At LOL. Oh, that's cool. That's okay. Eh? Canada. Love Canadians. And it's cold in Canada right now. Did you see? I'm sorry. I'm going to get off topic. It's my show. Shaughnessy, who was Trusted Tech of the Year, lives up in Canada. He posted a picture this last week of it snowing in Canada already.
No,
I'm just telling you. He posted pictures of snow already in Canada. And we're here at 90.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Crazy.
All right. It's raining here right now. There you go.
There you go.
What's your opinion about cab audio? No Opia.
It's like a regular cab?
Yeah, cab.
No, right?
Hey, from Alberta. There you go. Okay.
All right.
Go ahead.
Back camera seems to be a dime a dozen these days.
Yes.
Any particular brand that stand out of the quality?
So we use EchoMaster, and specifically we use the more expensive EchoMaster. He took it from me. What did he take? He took it. So we use EchoMaster. EchoMaster makes about 200 different cameras, and you are correct. Hell, it was 92 degrees in Omaha, Nebraska. Yeah, I know, right? Oh. Anyways,
wow.
So the basically what you want to look at is, yes, the more money you spend on a camera, the better performance you're going to get out of it. Those little $19 cameras actually aren't too bad for about 3 months, and then they die because they're usually plastic crap and whatnot. We use the tag cameras, but pretty much any one of the EchoMaster cameras does really well. There's a bunch of them that we use. If you need specific model numbers, you can give Paul a call, 727-216-6170. But the EchoMasters are the preferred brand, and not just because they're made by PAC. We just have had great success with them. We do a lot of backup cameras, as you guys know. And for me, having issues with things are something I like to avoid at all costs. So that's why we use them.
Yep.
Here in SoCal, 111. Ooh, wow. EchoMaster Pro Series. Oh, yeah, that's right. They have new Pro ones. I don't know. We don't have a trainer. Joking. Just joking.
Okay.
We're doing the Amp Pro for Amp. Okay. So there you go. What do you got? I have a 4 Kicker 12 CVRs, 4 ohm, with an 800 watt audio pipe Class D amplifier on stable, and I'm trying to hook up 4 subs to 1 ohm to the amp. So 4 ohm was 2 ohm, 2 ohm was 1 ohm. So if you have 4 single voice coil 4 ohm drivers, if you connect all the positives and all the negatives together, that will be a 1 ohm load at the amplifier. What I did real quick fast in my head is 4 and 4 is 2, 4 and 4 is 2, 2 and 2 is 1.
Yeah, but those are dual force.
If they're dual voice coils, not going to get a 1 ohm load.
No, they're dual force.
I was trying to save cash using audio. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Exactly. EchoMaster. Yeah. EchoMaster Pro Series.
Do they make an Amp Pro for a Hyundai? They don't make an Amp Pro for a Hyundai.
Mike.
No. Do they?
No, I'm sorry.
No, they don't make that for Hyundai yet. Okay. Still work great for me. Okay, here we go. Have you tried any cheap but good quality amplifiers and subs? Yeah, I mean we have every now and then. Paul likes to feed us the Planet Audio.
Planet Audio.
They make, and there again, when it comes to cheap amplifiers, anything that has the 35 amp fuse in it seems to work really well. Anything above that, I feel people feel like they're getting too much out of it. But anything at that 35 amp fuse and below seems to work really well. So for small systems and stuff like that. As far as bigger amplifiers, I guess Scar would be our closest brand to having something inexpensive. The RP series, Scar audio stuff, seems to work really well. It dynoed really well on old school car stereo, so I guess, yeah, check out the Scar stuff. Now, if you want a quality, inexpensive, no Hyundai Amp Pro, I didn't think so.
No.
If you want a quality, affordable, brand name amplifier, check out Kenwood Exelon amplifiers or the Pioneer amplifiers. Both of those amplifiers are real reasonably priced and have not bad. And someone just put up Kicker. Kicker and also the CX series amplifiers, which is their entry-level amplifiers. That was one of the things we were doing when we were at Kicker, was validating the power outputs of the CX series amplifiers, because it was like you know, it's a 1,000-watt amp for this amount of money. Does it really put out 1,000 watts? And it was like, yeah, it really puts out 1,000 watts, and here's how it does it. Now, is it as good as their premium brand 1,000-watt amplifiers? No, but for different reasons. Mainly, it's not as efficient. It doesn't have all the features, the bells and whistles that those have. But
bye, Tim. Thank you for watching.
Yeah,
buddy.
it's a demo Dan. The 8601 and the 8401 are the best. They're beast. Yeah, so those are reasonably priced for sure. So something else. Rockford Prime amplifiers. Forgot about those. The Prime 501 is our go-to inexpensive amplifier. So you have those as well. The problem is the chime. It's always the chime.
Problem is the chime. Yep.
Gotta love the chime. Select your subload and how to. Now, when it comes to inexpensive subwoofers, that's a tough one. So yeah, that's a tough one. Hey Dean, I heard the other day you ran some old school JSE speakers. Who made those? I told my wife and she ran. Okay, so JSE was Jet Sound Electronics. Who made who made those? I told my wife and I ran. Oh, that's so cool. Back in the day, yeah, Jet Sound Electronics.
Yeah.
Damn chime only feeds through the left dash speaker.
From Trinidad.
Yep. What's up from Trinidad? Caught the camera, Trinidad. Okay.
Nice.
Is there a multicolor flex in the background? Okay, so let's talk about the background real quick. So what you have here is actually shrink wrap. So anytime you guys see us do RCAs, we have purple, green, gray, and white so that we can do front, rear, left, right, you know, the cross, front, rear, left, right. Then we have yellow for any time we do video, so this is all shrink wrap. And then the red is obviously for red power. And then the very end above Fernando's head is blue for remote turn on. So this is all our shrink wrap that we have. And we try to get them all in the same sizes, all the way from like 1/8 inch all the way up.
Now on this side,
this
right
is a
here,
3-to-1 shrink so that we can get it to go down as small as possible. Out of frame is where Fernando has the flex loom. But yes, you can get the flex loom in different colors. We stock it in red and black, and then we also have yellow. Electro Duck is the place, which reminds me I gotta go. I gotta go there tonight. So there's a place here in Florida that is on the internet. So if you guys need this stuff, Electro Duck is the place to go. You can get it on Amazon as well as from their website, and they are definitely reasonably priced. But okay, so here's a cool one. This is one we got off Amazon. So look at that one. Ooh, yeah. Isn't it? It's like a black and blue.
Yep.
So that's pretty neat. I think they make it in a black and red too. The problem is we go through so much of it that if the colored stuff like that, black and blue, gets kind of out of feasibility for price point because we use a lot of it.
All right, what's the best way to power some TV monitors? I used to tap into the fuse, but now it's data.
Yeah.
System to the fuse box, staying on constantly.
So, okay, so if you guys want an easy way, okay, so ran in this question the other day, which was kind of fun. So we had a Mustang come in, and we were trying to use the GTO circuit. The GTO is the great turn-on that is in like an LC7i or anyways. Yeah. So the problem that we had is that the GTO circuit, when they would remote start the car, would turn the radio on, and it would blast the because it woke the car up. It wasn't playing music, it was just turning on the amplifiers. And we're like, oh, this sucks. So we needed an accessory. The problem was that the car was remote starting, so it was turning on the accessory. Yeah. What we like to use in a situation like that, believe it or not, is our old faithful, the LP7.2. Now it's a high level to low level adapter, but what's unique about it is it uses the speaker outputs to turn on the remote turn on. So anytime it sees sound, it turns on a remote turn on. It's made to turn on an amplifier.
Yeah.
But what's also nice about it, is the case in this Mustang, is we connected it to the center channel output, which we weren't using for anything because we were doing something else in the car and didn't need the center channel output for anything. The center channel output was the only channel on the amplifier that doesn't have door chime, backup sensor, or anything like that. So it stayed quiet throughout the whole remote start thing because it wasn't doing anything. When we hooked the LP7.2 up to it, as soon as you remote start the car, nothing would turn on until you turn the car on and turn the radio on. That amplifier would feed sound out to that channel, and boom, it would turn on the stereo. Moral to the story is the LP7.2 makes a great accessory turn on. So if you can't find an accessory in the car anywhere, This works for me. Yeah, I had a call the other day. What do you do? And I was like, use an LP7 too. So we like to keep a couple LP72s laying around so that we can use. Yeah, we have hundreds. Anyways, we like to keep those around for situations where we need some way to get an accessory power. We're not having any luck finding one that's in a safe spot. We just grab an LP7 II, we hook it up to a speaker. When it turns on, it turns on. When it turns off, it turns off. It's like magic.
Hey.
So that might help.
All right, so John, because we are not a dealer of JL, we definitely want to use the DSR1.
Phantom ignition module. Yeah, we had those. But I think we have the old version of them, so we haven't got the newer version of those.
We gotta send those back.
We gotta send those back.
Yeah, alright, so favorite sub. Regular sub, not shallow.
Yeah, I have the ignition one, but I think I have the original ignition one that they said don't use.
Yep. They actually right there? Oh no, then they're out of frame. Anyway, so your favorite sub?
My favorite sub?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Regular sub.
Regular sub.
Yeah.
Man, that's a tough one.
Really?
You know, right off the top of my head, I want to say P3 because I've always been happy with the P3. It plays the kind of bass that I like.
Yeah.
It's not crazy money, which is good.
No, forget about the money.
Oh yeah, but I got to think of the money because I don't really. I like a P3. I've always liked the sound that a P3 makes. Okay, did Mike put up a book? Why'd you put up a book? I can't read all that. But I guess it's in the notes. So anyone that has that question, go back and read that.
Correct.
The P3 has kind of always been the one I like when it comes to that woofer. Regular sub. That's that price point. The more expensive subs are tough to come by. Like I did a couple of Focal subs, imported enclosures that I really thought were nice.
I like the D-series.
I'm not a super woofer guy. Believe it or not, Alpine used to make what was called an XR woofer, which to me was one of the best sounding woofers ever. It had a 3-inch voice coil, it was normal depth, it sounded really good, and I enjoyed that one a lot, but they don't make that one.
Illusion
there you go, Illusion Audio Carbon 10 XL. There you go. Mike's laughing. Okay, so that answers that question. Next.
Alright, let's see. Brownie old stock versus today's sub.
Old stuff sucks. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. As much as I feel nostalgic about the older products, it's just not built up to today's products. I'd much rather have new stuff over old stuff. Yeah, so that's my thought on that.
Alright, so I need a good ground location for a 2005 Nissan Altima.
Shouldn't be that big of a deal. I mean, the thing of it is a lot of people want to go to. Off the top of my head, I don't know. I got to work on that. Do you know anybody in California and SoCal that you would recommend? You guys out there? Type it in. The problem when it comes to grounding is everyone always wants to find that magic bolt to ground things to, and the reality of it is you're not going to find that 90% of the time. So you have to sand the paint, you have to drill a hole, and you have to connect it on. The battery is a good ground point, but if you're going to run it, it can be expensive, and it's not totally necessary in most situations. Correct. So, look for a good point of reference. Make sure there's no gas tank there. If there's metal that you can see both sides, drill through it and put a nut and bolt. Star washers are nice too because that helps it dig in and you get a nice solid ground. I know it's a video you guys keep asking for, and it's one of those situations where it's going to be like one of those multi-part over 6 months that we have to film all this on how we grounded everything. Do you have a system of torque? I use signal from the front sub and then the signal from the rear amp going to the front. It was a nightmare because of crossfade or everything coming out. Yeah, see the nice thing about the Toyotas now is that they have an Amp Pro and they have an AR, so you don't even have to deal with that. San Bernardino, California, Sound Planet, I believe it's called. Well, there you go.
There you go. Some of the shops, they right there.
Thanks. Okay, guys, that brings us to an hour. Awesome. It went by like that. I know.
Yep.
Pretty cool. Oh, Christopher McNulty just chimed in. All right, cool. So, you guys have... that's it. We're going to call it a night. What do you think of... Okay, the MRP F600 amp. I forgot which one that was. That's not the current one.
No.
If it's the one I'm thinking, does it have the silver top on it with the cute little square and 2 black sides? If it does, I was never a fan. Could never get them loud enough. They put a lot of anti-distortion crap in it that, to me, just turned me off for the amplifier. If it's that one, sell it. Buy something else. You guys need t-shirts, 5. You can go to Teespring/store/5-star. There, check out the tool. There you go.
Mike.
Check out the Utopias. Oh, all right, come on now.
Okay.
So 5-star/store/store/5. Anyways, go to Teespring, type in 5-star. Check out the 2 new shirts we have up there. Pretty awesome there. If you want to become a Patreon member, one of the new features we're going to add into the Patreon is we're going to record the podcast. Video-wise, so if you're a Patreon member, you're going to get an extra video instead of just having it in audio if that's something you like. Otherwise, this video here, when it gets rebroadcast tomorrow, your name goes at the end, and we thank you so much. If you need tools, DNF Tool Drawer is a place where we keep all the tools that we use. We appreciate it very much. You can click there, and it'll take you over to Amazon where you can find all the tools you need. Even if you don't want to buy one of our tools, go there first before you go to Amazon because it helps out the show. All right, guys. Saturday is another day. Saturday's going to be fun. Saturday's gonna suck.
See you, Ada.
Because we have to work the counter.
Well, Friday and Saturday.
Friday we got a half day at the counter, plus we have a full install. And then Saturday we have to work the counter. So yeah, our end of the week's gonna, so when you guys see us Saturday, we're gonna be spent.
Yeah.
That's the easiest way to put it.
That's gonna be crazy.
Alright guys, thank you as always. You have a wonderful week. We'll see you guys again on Saturday. Enjoy the videos that we post. Bye.
Bye.